All right, expectations for Michael Gallup to practice all this week. Mike McCarthy said Michael Gallup should practice all this week, as well as Trysten Hill. That's a major part of this recovery situation. We really need to see Trysten Hill out there so we can get our complete evaluations of that. And one can think that the rotational piece will be better, right? And when we think about Michael Gallup, hey, although Malik Turner showed us something in the latter part of the game, Michael Gallup's still that dog, Cowboy Nation. He's still that dog, especially on that 1-2, you know. So he's a deep threat guy. Track the ball pretty well. High point the ball pretty well. Can't wait to see Michael Gallup out there. So everybody got high hopes for those boys. Michael Gallup, Trysten Hill, of course. We need help in the inside as it relates to rotation. Osa doing a wonderful job, by the way. He's doing a wonderful job. Carlos Watkins doing a wonderful job. Justin Hamilton, my guy, he didn't have a great game last game. And on top of that, it's just what it is. It's just what it is. He caught us slipping and we fell, you know. But that's the point of the wet floor sign, right? You put the wet floor sign out there so that nobody else can slip there. And I believe that the wet floor sign will be this particular game, what we've seen against the Denver Broncos. Do anybody disagree? So put not the wet floor, wet flow. You know, you got to say it country like me. We're going to put the wet flow sign out there so nobody can trip and fall again. And that's important. We're getting our reemergence back with Michael Gallup and Trysten Hill. On other news, good details for everything. They are expecting Demarcus Lawrence to come back. When, Law? And so many people are asking me, when will Demarcus Lawrence get back? When? Well, they got it marked down around the Kansas City Chiefs game. Yeah. Demarcus Lawrence. He's a beast, and I know. A lot of people will say, well, Law, they paying D-Law too much. They paying him a lot of money. But just wait. We will see him. We will see him around the Chiefs game. And let's think about this. Our issues, our problems, our concerns, our worries been against the run. And teams been able to run on us. But the Cowboys offense set up teams so they can't run on us, basically. When you really contextualize everything, the Cowboys offense, because it's hard for teams to continue to run the rock on a consistent level. We lost 2 games, Cowboy Nation. We are not 2-6. We are 6-2. And the Denver Broncos, they had a hell of a recipe. They hit us in the mouth, left us with the raggedy tooth. Now we put the sign out there to let people know. The Cowboys know not to slip right here. The red flow sign, right? So can all of the teams do that? I'll come here to tell you that not every team got a Patrick Surtain, a Fuller, a Kareem Jackson, as well as a Justin Simmons, right? Not every team got that defensive coordinator over there, the guy that can call the defense and set it up right, like the Denver Broncos. And I get it, they're 5-4. 5-4. And they're looking at it like, hey, they're above 500 and Teddy Bridgewater did his job. But we got our reinforcements coming, Cowboy Nation. And now it's time for us to regroup, get things back, and just get back on it. Not every game these wide receivers will have drop balls. Not every game Dak Prescott will overshoot a wide receiver by 3 to 4 miles in the air. Not every game. Not every game. And on top of that, with this front five, the unit, that everybody got to be on the same page. Everybody. They learning. The right tackle, left tackle. Now, all I want people to do, if La'el Collins is going to be that right tackle, then just keep him at that right tackle. Let's not play musical chairs And when Tyron Smith get back, insert him as the quote-unquote, left tackle, and keep Terrence Steele as the swing tackle. We're not finna go back and forth, Cowboy Nation, as what should have, would have, or could have, right? This game, this past game, the previous game, Tyler Biotish, as well as Connor Williams, best game ever. Best game for those guys. That was their best game. It was the tackles on the end that had that crazy situation of giving up everything. So now we just got to sit back and just, okay, let these boys develop. Talking about Lyle Collins, get his playing mind together, his weight and everything else, his mental capacity and everything else, and let that roll. Right? Let that roll. Let that continue to rock, right? And that's what the update been so far. So all this week we'll be looking for Michael Gallup to get his reps in. I don't know how they're going to insert it between him and Cedric Wilson. Both of those guys Cedric Wilson been doing a hell of a job, right? Maybe they slowly insert packages in. I think that Blake Jarwin, he will be out for another 2 weeks or so. I think it's 3 weeks that he's out. With that hip situation, that's a bad blow to us. We can tell you now that you missed those twin tight ends because it creates so many mismatches, right? So many people so ready to get rid of Blake Jarwin, but now you see why. When you have that twin tight end, 12 personnel, it creates a lot of mismatches, a lot of responsibilities that those DBs have to be mindful of, cognitive of, right? And they got to put that cerebral hat on and say, okay, this dude right here can vertically stretch the field in the middle of the field. Oh, now you have other principles as it relates to rolling coverages. The only way this team was able to move the ball this past game was Dalton Schultz. He was the leading receiver in this past game. And, of course, Dak Prescott did overshoot CeeDee Lamb, right? And that's the difference, too, between CeeDee Lamb and Tyreek Hill. Those boys. Tyreek Hill, you can't overshoot him. He can always get up under that ball. But neither here nor there. We will bounce back. And good news. I always love to read good news. Mike McCarthy lamented that Ezekiel Elliott is okay. Oh, excuse me. Ezekiel Elliott was averaging 5.1 yard per attempt. And that knee situation had him on the field, off the field, on the field, off the field. So hopefully he get the necessary treatment this week and be ready to go up against those Atlanta Falcons, Cowboy Nation. That's the update for right now. Be sure to hit that like, share this content for more details about everything else. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Go Cowboys.